I'm Bert Schneider, and I am Darth Vader. The 501st is an all-volunteer group of people that actually dress up in Star Wars characters all over the world that volunteer for charities, fundraisers, visits to children's hospitals, and most recently I got to participate in one of the largest science fairs called SARCEF here in Tucson. It was a blast. Several years ago, my wife and I hosted a Halloween party, and I wanted to be the most iconic villain of all, Darth Vader. I put that together, and then eventually I actually joined the 501st, which actually gives back to the community. So we visit children's hospitals. We helped out with Crohn's and colitis walk to raise awareness and lift the spirits up of the folks who are actually afflicted with this disease. And so it really inspires me to go help other people. In fact, my whole life, I feel that I need to go reach out and help others, whether new employees, colleagues, folks in the community, because I've actually had other people helping me through my career and my life, and I feel I need to go help other people. So this is one way I can do it and have fun at the same time. 14 years ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. It was 2 months after my dad passed away from the same cancer. It was a shock to all of us, my wife, my family, and of course myself. But fortunately, I overcame that. I'm 14 years now cancer-free, but it has actually inspired me to go live life to the fullest. So one example again is becoming Darth Vader. So I have a lot of empathy for some of these kids in these hospitals that have these horrible diseases and afflictions. And so it's not only the trooping as a Star Wars character, I'm actually trying to inspire and help them and give them hope that they can actually go and do bigger and better things. So historical war games require you to think strategically, 2 or 3 steps ahead. Sort of like if you're a proposal manager or capture manager or an engineer on a lead project. These type of things require you to think beyond the here and now and to coordinate with people from multiple disciplines. It's a team effort. You can't just do it yourself. So networking is crucial. And what's interesting is through my personal life and playing war games, I was able to network and connect with a rock star, Corey Wells, who's now passed on, but he was the lead singer of Three Dog Night. And we had a really neat friendship, and who would have thought? So through wargaming, I actually got to meet a rock star. Similarly, you might make some connections at work with other people, other employees, different disciplines, different teams, and make a connection that you might not otherwise do. And it builds a stronger team if you have some kind of connectivity besides just, I've got to get this TPS report done. Strategy is very important, especially for our team on Naval Strike Missile, where a year or so ago, our team got together and actually figured out how we could beat the incumbent for the over-the-horizon weapons system. I was really fortunate to work with the Norwegians, the Kongsberg Defense and Aerospace team for Naval Strike Missile. Between Raytheon and Kongsberg, we provided an offering to the US Navy that basically wiped out our competition, Lockheed and Boeing. Not only that, a year after we came on contract, we actually integrated Naval Strike Missile onto a littoral combat ship. We did this through efficiency, effectiveness, and velocity, and we're continuing to do that today with other customers. And so it's really exciting that we're actually living the speed to fleet, the velocity to the warfighter. We can't afford to take 5-10 years to develop and produce weapon systems and capabilities for our warfighters. It's got to get to them now, it's got to be active, it's got to be effective. So my father was enlisted in the Army during the Korean War, and he actually had a movie camera that he took movies of a lot of his experiences there. And when I was a young kid, he shared that with my brothers and sister. And I would watch that, and I was inspired by what he did, to the fact that I joined the Civil Air Patrol as a 12 or 13-year-old. I got to fly airplanes, which further got me interested in the Air Force. And so I had a real successful Air Force career, and being a warfighter, I thought the natural progression for my next career would be at a place like Raytheon. And so here, everything I do falls back to what I did in the Air Force, and then people like my dad and other veterans. I wanted to make sure that they were prepared against any adversary across the globe. I really feel grateful I'm working at Raytheon because I can actually do things that contribute to not only our team, but actually helps the warfighter. And so that gets me excited. When I wake up in the morning, that's what I come to work for. It's not just work, it's something that we're doing to serve our country.